Ladies and gentlemen, who better to talk about liberty and freedom than someone who grew up not having it? Who better to talk about liberty and freedom than someone who grew up in Cuba, where liberty and freedom are not even read about on the internet that doesn't exist in Cuba because you're not allowed to read about liberty and freedom, no less have it. They brought out businessman Maximo Alvarez. Did you see this? It's going to be a tough one. I'm going to try to, I don't even want to listen to it because I may get a little emotional. Sometimes during the show, if these clips are emotional, I'll just have Paula put them in later because I don't like to get choked up on the show. But I want you to listen to Maximo Alvarez talk about, as Joe said when we opened the show, why for all our flaws, all our historical sins, and all our problems, this is bar none the greatest place in the history of planet Earth to wake up every single morning. Check this out.
Through hard work and determination, President Trump knows that the American story was written by people just like you and I, who love our country and take risks to build a future for our families and neighbors. I may be a Cuban born, but I am 100% American. This is the greatest country in the world. And I said this before. If I gave away everything that I have today, it would not equal 1% of what I was given when I came to this great country of ours. The gift of freedom. Right now, it is up to us to decide our fate and to choose freedom over oppression. President Trump, he's fighting the forces of anarchy and communism. And I know he will continue to do just that.
I should have played that afterwards. I knew it. Yes, sir, you are 100% American. Really made me, at times over the last few decades of my life, I've been hurt by the GOP selling us out. Not last night. I was proud to be a Republican last night. I was proud of the president last night. That Maximo felt welcome in our party. Welcomed so much that we gave him a primetime slot to speak to the entire world at our convention. That he spoke at our convention made me proud, first, to be an American, proud, second, to be a conservative, and proud, third, to be a Republican. He is 100% American. Maximo is everything this country is about. You know, as the husband to an immigrant and the grandson of immigrants, you will always be welcome in this party. We only ask one thing, that you follow the same rules everybody else follows. And that we all get ahead by working hard, which Maximo clearly did. That part where I'd give everything I had for what this country gave me, I mean, how do you listen to that and not just have your heart just ripped out of you? I mean, it was so powerful to watch. And when you're watching it live on the air, you're sitting here in the same seat with a different background I was thinking, please don't come to me. Because you don't want to lose it on the air. You want to give your best analysis and try to keep your own emotional tie-ups with it out of it, but I couldn't. God bless Maximo Alvarez. You will always, always be welcome in our party, your country, and our country. He is absolutely 100% American. Amazing. This one, folks. You may say, gosh, after Herschel and that, folks, this was all in the same night. I take that back. This was all in the same hour, in the same night. Now you see why the Democrats last night must have been like the pilot in Airplane, the comedy, when he's sweating, when he takes over the plane and it's coming down in buckets of water. What could you possibly be thinking? You had Elaine from Seinfeld doing bad comedy skits with Andrew Yang while we got a Cuban refugee and one of the NFL's greatest players talking about racial equality, the McCloskeys talking about law and order, and Maximo Alvarez talking about the gift of liberty and freedom. You had Elaine doing a yada, yada, yada with Andrew Yang. That was the best you could do.
You just heard Dan Bongino.